Hello everyone and welcome to SOC News. My name is Bloemen.
My name is Chibi.
And we're from the Sovereigns of Cyrodiil Guild. We will talk about a few things today, about SOC general news, about some guild news, and Chibi will talk about the general news first.
Alright, so into the general news. In October there's coming a new update called Update 12, which features one Tamriel. That means there will be no alliance restrictions, so you can just group up with your red and blue friends to go do some questing together in the PvE areas of Tamriel. And then also there will be no level restrictions, so you will be skilled up to the level of the province you're in. That means that you can go to Skyrim in your level 6 Eldmeri character without any problem. It will also feature dueling, which means you can just PvP one player at a time, which could be from your own alliance as well. And Cracklorn, which is the hard group player province, which will also be nerfed, so you can now do it with just 2 players instead of a whole group. Then the big thing will be player housing. There is not a lot of information about that yet, but the main thing is that you can just have a house where you can live. And then there will also be holiday events in which you can get special motives and weapons that are themed to that holiday. And that's most of the update for now.
Hey Chibi, can I play with my friends from other factions?
Yep, you can just group up and do everything in PvE areas. Just like you would see them in Cyrodiil, but now you can't detect them.
Does it matter what level they are?
Nope, because you will also be skilled up to the same level in every province you're in.
About that player housing, do you know if other people can see your own house, or is that not yet available?
That information is not yet available, and I haven't seen anything about it on a test server as well, but I'm going to look into it when it becomes available.
We will now continue on with the guild news. An important new part of the guild is that everyone that joins the PvP event will now get free food.
What kind of free food will we be getting?
If you can use it, you'll get purple food. For lower levels, we've got special blue food as well.
So what does the purple food do?
The purple food increases stamina, health and magicka all at the same time, while the blue food only increases 2 of those.
Alright.
In the PvP event, we'll also give free siege equipment.
What kind of siege equipment will we be getting?
We will give away free fire pot siege equipment, and in the event we will also do the dolmens to get more cold fire siege equipment.
So what does the cold fire do that the normal fire doesn't do?
Cold fire siege equipment can only be found in dolmens. Those are the dark anchors from Cold Harbor. And they do loads of damage against players and against structures, so they're really valuable in PvP.
Alright, sounds cool.
The guild also provides free armor for everyone that reaches CP 150. Just ask any crafter in the guild chat.
Can that be in any armor, so also in light, medium or heavy?
Yes, any armor, and the set and the quality depends on the crafter's ability in crafting. We will now talk about the Imperial City. The Imperial City is a PvP area in the middle of Cyrodiil. It's also the capital of Cyrodiil. And there's the war in Cyrodiil also takes part in the Imperial City. Every district can be taken over by a faction. You can do that by the flag. Members of the faction need to stand on the flag for it to change. It changes less fast than in Cyrodiil, so be wary. Everything you do in Imperial City, you'll earn Telfar stones. Telfar stones are the currency inside of the Imperial City. You can use it to buy armor, to buy crafting material, to buy loads of different stuff, but only in the Imperial City with Telfar merchants. The Imperial City districts each have one sky shard, all in different places, but all hidden remarkably well. The Imperial City sewers have 2 sky shards in every faction. The Imperial City sewers can be used to go back to your headquarters. The Altmere Dominion has 2 sewer entrances that brings you the closest to your headquarters, and can then just be used to go back to the headquarters without losing your Telfar stones. When you die in the Imperial City, for any reason, no matter if it's a player or an NPC enemy, you will lose 50% of your Telfar stones. If you've been killed by a player, then that player earns your Telfar stones. If you've been killed by an NPC enemy, then the Telfar stones will just be thrown away and will never be recovered. The best way to earn Telfar stones is by killing the NPCs, because every NPC you kill, you'll earn a few Telfar stones. Every district has its own rules. Some districts have special events. The Arena District and the Temple District have a gladiator-style arena where you can fight enemies. Those enemies are not that difficult. They can be fought with a group of 4. And every district has a boss that should only be considered attacking with a group of at least 12. In the middle of the Imperial City sewers is where players call the Molech Ball event. That should only be considered to be touched with a group of 12 or more, because it's really tough, but gives a lot of good loot. Players in Imperial City prefer to use ambush attacks because of the small scale. In Cyrodiil you have to walk or ride your horse really long distances, but in Imperial City it's all very close to each other. So if one person were to hide and kill all the players in your group, then everyone would lose Telfar stones and he would gain them all.
So what can you actually buy with those Telfar stones?
With Telfar merchants, you can buy crafting materials, like style materials for the Altmere Dominion, Daggerfall Covenant or Ebonheart Pact. They also sell mystery boxes, so you buy a box and you open it and it's always a mystery what's inside of it. Most of these things are pretty expensive and need lots of Telfar stones. That's why Telfar stone farming is is something that a lot of people do.
So what's the best way to farm Telfar stones?
The best way would be to kill NPCs and be careful not to die in Imperial City, because when you die you lose half of everything you have. I personally don't think killing players is a good way to gain Telfar stones, because there's always the risk of getting killed back.
So it's time for us to sign off. If you've got any more questions, you can mail them to me, which is @arichibi.
Or you can mail them to me, which is at Bloomin66.
So we can answer them in the next episode of SOC News.
Einnig bindi gogginn vel, flöy úr fjallagjóðum.